Critical Role clears the first major hurdle of Campaign 4, and Hasbro CEO gets sued for mismanaging Magic the Gathering.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Before we dive into good news for Critical Role and bad news for Hasbro, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep these videos coming? In a world where YouTube is now 20% AI slop, it really helps us push through the noise. And then, let's dive into the news. Chris Cox, the CEO of Hasbro and the man who wants more AI in Dungeons & Dragons, has just been sued by several Hasbro shareholders over allegations he lied about the success of Magic the Gathering and has fundamentally mismanaged one of the world's most popular card games. Basically, these shareholders are claiming that Cox, along with a former president of Wizards of the Coast, have been overprinting Magic the Gathering to try to cover up big revenue pitfalls elsewhere within Hasbro, which they claim is doing long-term damage to the card game and destroying the value of the brand. The lawsuit claims Magic players are getting frustrated as the value of their cards and collections plummets in the wake of overprinting and reprinting so many sets per year. Another huge accusation is that Cox's printing of so many more Magic sets a year since 2020 to help hide these alleged revenue pitfalls led Hasbro to buying their own stock at artificially inflated prices, which has since fallen dramatically in value by over $55 million. There's also a stunning allegation that the incredibly controversial $999 Magic the Gathering 30th Anniversary Edition set, which featured reprints of unplayable cards, did not in fact sell out as the company claimed, but instead was pulled from their website after incredibly low consumer interest and wound up being dumped in a Texas landfill alongside other old Magic the Gathering products. So basically, the man in charge of Magic the Gathering in D&D is facing serious accusations of illegally manipulating the stock price of Hasbro and lying about the performance of Magic the Gathering in general, and with this court case scheduled to begin the day before Hasbro's next big investor call, we'll be very curious to hear what Cox has to say when it's his turn to speak.
Explain yourself.
In some better news, Critical Role faced its first major hurdle of Campaign 4, the abrupt change in playstyle as they shifted from the combat-heavy Soldiers table to the much more combat-light and RP-heavy Seekers table last week, and it looks like the move was a huge success. The viewership on the platforms where it's publicly available, namely YouTube and Twitch, remained effectively identical to the grand finale of the Soldiers table the week before, with over 20,000 viewers on YouTube alone for most of the broadcast, as Matt Mercer showed off that while Sir Julian may indeed be, as so many other players have coined it, a real piece of shit, he's also one hell of a charmer.
I hope another time arrives so we can have a more extended conversation, my lady.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
In an episode that relied on him displaying some manners as the Seekers tried to find protection in their quest to uncover more about the Taconis plan. There was a substantial fear that by shifting away from a table where combats occurred once or twice every episode to a table like the Seekers where combat might occur once or twice in the entire arc would split the audience and could drive away some of the fan base. But with the strong YouTube and Twitch numbers and the interest in seeing Matt Mercer chew up scenery as a player character for the first time in a full campaign, the viewership appears to be holding strong. The remaining challenge will be to see if these schemers, who could be even less combat focused than the Seekers, coming on the heels of the full Seekers arc, will be too much RP and not enough action for some viewers. But until then, it appears that the experiment that is Critical Role Campaign 4 remains a major success. So what do you think? Are you a big fan in the shift between the combat of the Soldiers table and the RP of the Seekers table? Let us know down in the comment section, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.